Okay, so here we are for the battle against Zom. It has been a long time since we last faced it off. It's somebody that I have been in leagues with since day one. He was in the first league that I ever joined. He was in about 17,000 at the time. That's not even an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure it was in like literally 100. But yeah, it's been a minute since we played. He brings roughly what I was expecting. The terror on Sinistra is the thing that's going to concern me the most. But there's no way in front of like you that it would terror or not terror. So I feel like I can probably make a read on that specific mon. The plan was just to lead off with my 𝙊𝙆𝙄𝙊𝙂, terror, and then go from there. I think I might just still do that. The potential leads are going to be things like Deoxys. Deoxys can set hazards, but the other potential leads are like Tinkerton or Great Tusk, and I can just Terra Grass, click a button into Tusk, and I can do pretty much the same into Tinkerton. So, in fact, I won't even need to Terra Grass. But we'll lock that in, and good luck, have fun to Zom. Regardless, like, if we win or lose, like, we're currently in a position where if we lose, we lose with 4-1. I think we're still in a pretty good spot for playoffs, no matter what. So, yeah, there's not a great deal of pressure on this one. A win would be nice, though, just to kind of see ourselves into a good spot. Okay, so that's going to be the Tinkerton lead. That's going to be Mold Breaker, that's fine. I kind of expect it to just want to set up rocks. I could just trick. I could trick early. There's part of me that really wants to keep my Terra around on... I mean, I'm just going to Armor Cannon. Keep my Terra around on okidogi, so I can not have a horrible type. Alomola does come in, but we get to see whether or not this is like Assault Vest, because we are choice specs. That's going to do a little bit. Alomola... I mean, there's one Pokemon that he doesn't really switch in too well on his team, and that is my Hydrapple. I think he's going to flip turn. I could go into Samurott, but honestly, like, the mid-ground here, it's just going to be the Hydrapple. Goes back out into Tinkerton, sets up rocks. Not the best case scenario, but... yeah, I'll go out to Hydrapple. It's probably going to be a flip turn, if I had to guess. If I wasn't locked into Armor Cannon, then it would be a different story. Sadly, we are. Ice Beam. Okay, so we're going to Yachi early, but that's fine. And I do fully expect the Tinkerton to come in, so I'm just going to Earth Power. This stays in. What's he going to do? Ice Beam me again for 100-ish, 140-ish damage? Should be okay. Realistically, if we're able to get rid of Tusk at some point, then the Terra on Dogi... well, sorry, the Terra on 𝙊𝙆𝙄𝙊𝙂 is less important. But... show me the Tinkerton. It's going to be Tinkerton, okay. So there's definitely a chance. That is a crit. That's not a crit. That's just ridiculous damage. Okay. I have no interest in staying in here. I will just go out into my 𝙊𝙆𝙄𝙊𝙂. If they knock, it's weird because I've had my item removed already. But there should be rocks. And I think if rocks go up, I will just Terra. Yeah. Because the last thing I want here is to just keep continually taking damage for no real reason. Okay, so Tinkerton. Tinkerton should never do too much damage to me. How much did I do to an Alomola last time? I mean, I'll do a good amount of damage. Armor Cannon to Spadef, 30%. So I think it is Assault Vest. And if it's Assault Vest, we would have to Terra Grass to be able to pick up the 2-hit KO. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna just go for it. They are gonna withdraw. They don't switch into an Energy Ball well, so a low Molar is gonna be the one that takes this. And this should do over half. Even if it's max Spadef Assault Vest, this is going to do. It's going to be a 2-hit KO. So yeah, this should. Yeah, that's some juicy ass fucking damage. Okay, so I'm just going to Energy Ball again. There's no reason for me to not. Tinkaton's at half. This really can't do a whole lot either at this point. He's going to withdraw it. I guess Tinkaton coming in. Sinister coming in. This should still do some good damage. Yeah, that's still really respectable damage. Is it enough though? Is it enough for me to... I think I just go out into my check to this. This is my mon that was meant to switch in. I just realised I went into Okidogi instead of Iron Treads, but you know what it is, they both can do the job to an extent. So, yeah, Armarouge looks like it's going to punch a hole in this team. I mean, it already has done quite a good job of that, but... And we're going to see Strength Up. Okay. I guess I could have just stayed in and carried on doing what I was doing, but... Oh well, it is what it is. Knockoff is incredibly free. I can literally just click Knockoff into everything. If this tears into a Fairy type, so be it. We can still get the Toxic Chain. If it tears into a Poison type, we have the Psyshock. Albeit it becomes a little bit more of a nuisance. It is going to Terra. Okay. So you Terra Fairy or you Terra Poison? You Terra Poison. Okay. So we're just going to knock off the item, whatever it may be. Mental Herb? Okay. I will just hard back out into... Do I go into Treads here, actually? I'll go into Treads. As they go for a Shadow Ball. This shouldn't do too much. I lied, it did a lot. And it gets a Spadef drop, so I think I probably do die to the next one. Regardless, I'm going to click Earthquake. Because I just can't let this mon get out of hand at all. And I'd rather lose my Treads doing this. Because it's okay, it's good in this matchup. But now that's Terrored. Now that's Terrored, we're actually really not in a bad spot. That did quite a lot of damage. I'm just gonna Spinner. Are you Scarfed? You're Scarfed. Okay. Good to know, good to know. So with you being Scarfed, I'm pretty free to go out into you and claim one. Losing Treads there probably wasn't the right play. I should have just carried on with what my initial plan was going to be. So a bit stupid on my part, but at the same time, is what it is. Moonblast is free into everything, so I say free into everything. Sinister can come back out. That'd be a little unfortunate. But we can always get the SLO mode. Okay. So Moonblast into close combat should just take this out. I don't really have any downside to clicking close combat. I guess like if it goes out into Sinister, it's still damage. Goes out into Tinkerton. Okay. Well, this is also going to die, I believe. So, Foul getting on the board. Foul getting on the board. Trading 1 for 1. it wasn't the most ideal of situations, but Ash Rocky Helmet. Okay. Happy to at least get rid of the Rocky Helmet mon. I do want to get spikes up as soon as I can, but yeah, Deoxys is going to come in. And I really don't want to let this have a free turn. This mon's not amazing into everything else, so I'm just going to sneak. If they're extreme speed, they're extreme speed. I just want to get his damage off. It's going to do over half, and if they try to set up, then Psycho goes through. Because realistically at this point, I'm probably playing to... Is it a jetpack? A jetpack. So I can, at some point maybe, position myself to get Armarouge in on this one. But it can't be right now. So I'm going to go into Dogi and then I'm going to double out into Hydrapple. Because again, Hydrapple's not really a mon they like switching into. And if they call this and go for the Ice Spinner, they go for the Ice Spinner. So they're actually going to withdraw. Okay. The Sinistcha comes in. Now I am curious to whether or not this has Terra Blast or not. Do I want to plot? Because what are you? Strength Sap, Calm Mind. I think you're going to be Dual Stabs. They just match a gotcha. That's not going to do anything, obviously. And I can just go for an Earth Power after this. Really quite freely. I think we're actually maybe looking at a game where endgame where it's going to be Samurott trying to pick up the kills. I'm just going to Earth Power. You can't Minds. This should still do a lot. It's just going to kill. Was that a crit? That was a crit. I'm sorry. But yeah, because that certainly would have mattered. So, does Hydrapple, from range it's currently at, does it take an Ice Spinner from Great Tusk? I'm going to assume this has got Ice Beam. And Ice Beam definitely would just murk me here, so I need to switch. There's no way that I kill from here. Do I with Samurott Aqua Jet? No. But I think I've still got to try and pivot around this thing. Maybe, just maybe, Hydrapple can deal with other things. But we'll see what he wants to go for. Just go for the Ice Beam. It's going to freeze me, of course. Why wouldn't it just freeze? I guess we did just crit, so, you know. And I'll ceaseless on what I'm going to assume is, yeah, there's the fighting move. We live it. Can we fall? Any chance of a fall? No. No. I will just jet. I will attempt to jet here. That's really sad because me living that. Okay, well he's got the E-speed anyway. Huh. Well, it's certainly not ideal. It's certainly not ideal. Especially because I think you're the only thing that can actually take this hit now. But is there still a way? Is there... I think this is like my only potential win con actually, so this is a bit of a misplay. But maybe they switch? Maybe they just switch out here? It's going to be tough. I think there's a chance there's a chance for Hydrapple to be able to do this, but it's very, very slim. I assume it's going to have, like, there's maybe Ice Beam on Darkrai. I guess if he lets me have this, then maybe he doesn't have a way of OHKOing Hydrapple. He's just going to Ice Beam. It's not going to do enough. And Energy Ball will take this out. There's no... Is there a world in which I want to keep this around for the Alomomola? Maybe, but at the same time I don't think I can. The upside is that if he locks himself into Ice Spinner, I can go into Dogi. Honestly, it might be a Dogi endgame. He's probably got Psychic on... Darkrai. Darkrai's going to come in. I don't have a whole lot of choice, and I think I've got to let you take this Mon. Yeah, it's got Ice Beam as well. So there's a chance that it's just like all that's going to matter is whether or not this has got Psychic. I don't think there's anything I can realistically do. He is going to withdraw though. Aloe comes in. If I can get a poison on this, there's definitely a chance. Do get the poison, that's nice. That looks like it's in gunk range. I'm gonna just go for it. Yeah, okay. And then Tusk is gonna come in. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking he's got to expect me to go out into Hydrapple, right? But if he locks himself into Headlong, I think that's the play I've got to make. And if I'm at full with Okidogi, and it's just Jolly, he Headlongs, okay. Now, this was Choice Scarf. Do I just take my damage here on the incoming Darkrai? Because if I go into Dogi and he stays in for whatever reason, Headlongs again. I mean, if he stays in, he stays in. Okay, we've got to play right. So then, at this point, it's just going to be a matter of, like... If he has Psychic on this set and he just didn't reveal it last time, then he's bluffed that really, really well. He could also just be choiced, right? I'll go for a Drain Punch. I really wanted to Psychic Fangs, but that was just like too wild of a prediction, I think. Now, if I make the same play again, he doesn't get anything. This is just a horrible endgame of 50-50s. No, I think I still go out to Hydrapple. Because if he clicks Ice Spinner, I just double back. Do we take one after rocks? We might not take one after rocks, actually. We just Headlongs again, okay. And so we find ourselves in the exact same spot once again. I'll Fickle Beam, it does the most damage. And if I go all out, I think it's going to potentially be able to knock this out. We are going to go all out. How much does this do? It does just knock this out, okay. So I think we just win now. I think that's just win. This endgame has been wild, this has been a really fun endgame. Yeah, I think Hydrapple might be able to do this. I just click Giga Drain. It's got to Ice Spinner to knock me out. And that means that Dogi should be able to come in. And should just be able to click Psychic Fangs and pick up the kill. This has been a fantastic game. GG to Zob. if this just happened to somehow not be Scarf, but also outspeed my my boy, then I don't know what happened there. But yeah. Does absolutely nothing. We did actually live a headlong, by the way. Just to FYI, we lived a headlong rush from this. Also, that's kind of sad that it did that little. But that is going to be game. And we moved to 5-1. That was a very, very close, very close 1-0. Yeah, GG to Zom. I don't think he's uploading. I don't think he's uploaded for years. So if he is, his link will be down in the description below. If not, then I guess sub to him. I think he has a channel. But yeah, like if you enjoyed the battle, subscribe. And till the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.